Hello, hello, happy people. How are you? I popped upstairs to come and get something, and the sun was just streaming into my bedroom window to the very place where I used to record the live meditations for Marks and Spencer's during lockdown. And I thought, you know what? That is where I'm going to record today's happy hour. It is just gorgeous. The sun is just like streaming in. I used to have to come and hide up here, obviously, during lockdown because my family were everywhere else. And I was like, I'm going into the bedroom, I'm going to shut the door, and you've all got to be quiet because I'm doing a meditation. Anyway, we're here for happy hour, so it doesn't matter if there's any noise going on. But as it would have it, there is no one here. It's just me and the dog, and I'm sat up here. So welcome to this week's happy hour, a little bit later than the normal lunchtime hour for a very, very good reason, and actually feeds into the topic of what I wanted to talk about today with you and for you to go away and have a think about. For those of you who are new to my little page on the internet, I'm Ali Mortimer. I am a life, love and happiness coach and mentor. I love to support, guide and help people who are going through a really difficult time when life happens, when one of those awful life events happen. But I'm also here for everybody who wants to create a little bit of simple happiness in highly complicated times, because lives are complicated, right? So it's about just tapping in and using this for a little bit of 10-minute guidance, and then you can go away and take the rest of your hour to go and tap in and create more and more happiness. And today we're changing topics, we're changing tactics, we are moving through into an area which I have struggled with, but then have also always loved. So I get so much joy and pleasure and happiness from being around people. Good people, happy people, people that I love to connect with. I love being around new people, old people, new friends, creating new friends, new connections, old connections. This weekend I went to a party and made new friends, but also hung out with some really, really old friends. We're getting older, but they were really, we've known each other since we were young. And then today, the reason why I'm late is because I've been at a networking event. One of the things that I wanted to do this year was to create more connections and meet more people and have bigger, broader conversations. And today I went to a wonderful event hosted by Kate from Avocado Events over at the wonderful Yorkshire Heart Vineyards. Heart, I'm obviously going to love it. It's got a heart in it. And where I connected with some really lovely old friends. So I saw all of the crew from the Acorn Retreat, which I absolutely love. If you ever get a chance to go and have a look at that, if you're up in Yorkshire, go check them out. They're gorgeous, wonderful souls over there. I saw my dear friend Vicky, the honest mum. I made some wonderful friends. I met Emma White Jewelry. She was in she was in the she was a finalist of All That Glitters. Who else did I meet and make friends with? The Yorkshire Wedding Planning people, Nick and Elizabeth. I also saw a really old friend called Natalie Bakes Cakes. It was just wonderful. I just had such a wonderful afternoon. And that is what I wanted to come in and talk about, this whole idea of connection. And while I'm loving it at the moment, there was obviously a period of time in lockdown where we weren't able to connect with people, and I definitely got the social fear, hence my intention to come out and meet more people, because I would be quite happy just to hibernate myself in my little home and house. But it was really important for me to get back out there and reconnect with the side of me that is very much part of me. It was also a part of me that I lost in my deepest, darkest depression years of 2016 and 2017, when I was diagnosed with clinical depression and PTSD, and I had a whole load of mental health issues. And it was in that time that I didn't feel like I could connect with people. One, because I didn't have the confidence. Two, I didn't have anything exciting to talk about. Everything was just all doom and gloom. And three, I didn't want to burden people with my woes and my worries and my darkness. I didn't want to burden them. So I kind of like squirreled myself away and sucked myself back into just being on my own. And the thoughts that were going on in my head were things like, but I don't have any friends. I have no one who will understand. Everyone out there is okay. They've all got their friends. They've got their tribe. They're doing their thing. And I'm here on my own. I'd moved away from the south to be in the north, and I didn't know anyone particularly well. And I felt very, very alone. And we'd also moved away from our hometown. And it was just, I felt very, very lonely. And that contributed to my sense of depression and feelings of darkness. But I'm also one not to dig myself any deeper. They got to a point where I'm not going to dig any deeper into this. I'm not going to dig myself into any further darkness. I'm actually going to start to dig myself out, and I'm going to go and try and find the tools and the tips and the ideas that are going to help lift me and make me feel better rather than feel worse and dark. I want to be able to dig myself up and out and into the light. And one of the tools I wanted to share with you today for this happy hour is the concept of Maui mates. I think I'm saying that, Maui mates. It's a concept that I came across. It's a Japanese concept of having 5 people in your life who are really important to you. They are your 5 friends committed to life. They say 5, but I would say it's anywhere between 3 and 5. And the ability to be able to know who those Maui mates are, your ride or die friends are, the ones who you would phone in the middle of the night and know that they would pick up, just like if they rang you, you would pick up the phone to them. And you just know that they'd be there for you no matter what. And they could be people that you don't necessarily see every day or see all the time. It's just that you have this deep connection with them. You know on a soul level that they would be there for you no matter what. And it's about really bringing those people, those Maui mates, into your consciousness. Because I know that when I was in those dark places, like, I have no friends, I have no friends. And I could convince myself that I had no friends until I found this concept of Maui mates, which invited me to really bring that conscious level of, I do have friends, and I do have friends that I can call on, and I do have friends that will listen no matter how many times I tell them how upset and unhappy I am and what's going on. Your Maui mates are the ones who are going to be there always, not only just in the dark times, but also in the light times. Oh, excuse me, just getting a message there. So it's really important that not only do you foster and create those and nurture those relationships, really. Harmony principle number 6, that is, nurturing relationships. Not only just in your sad times, dark times, but really making sure that you connect with them intentionally during your happiest times, because they're going to build your resilience and they're going to foster that feeling of belonging and sense. So my invitation to you today, and I've just done it as well on my little note sheet. Where's it gone? Here. I've just done it on my little piece of paper. Is just to really bring into your consciousness of who are your Maui mates right now? Who are your ride or die people? Who could you ring in the middle of the night and know that they would pick up and know that they would listen to you? And initially when I wrote that, I was like, wrote down 3 of my closest and my dearest friends. And I was like, seriously, is that it? Can I not think of anybody else? And then I shifted the question, because the question in the book said, write down your ride or die friends. Who could you ring in the middle of the night? I was like, well, I definitely ring those 3. And then I thought, but actually, who would I be a Maui mate to? Who would I pick up the phone to who rang me in the middle of the night? And actually, my list has become kind of like 15. So can you flip it? If you think you don't know enough people, I bet you do. If you could reverse it and think, who would I be there for in the middle of the night? Who would I pick up? Who would I listen to no matter what was going on in their life? And I guarantee you that if you feel that you would do that for them, then they would definitely be doing that for you. Because I think sometimes our mind can shut that off. Oh no, I couldn't ring them. But actually, you would pick up the phone for them. So I'm just going to invite you to go away and write out that list. Write out your Maui mates. Write out all the people who you would be there for in their darkest time. So it gives you that sense of deep connection and knowing that you do have your people out there. And then the next thing I would love for you to do is just to reach out to them. Just to reach out to them, whether it's a text or pop a little note in the car, a card in the post. I'm old school. I love writing cards. Pop a little card in the post. Maybe even contact them and set up a date to meet them and have a chin wag, whether it's virtually or whether it's in person. But just really start to foster that relationship and remind yourself that you do have people who are there for you. They are your happy people. They're the ones who are going to help you foster that feeling of real connection that is so important for our intrinsic happiness and sense of belonging. So that's my little introduction for today for your happy hour. Go away and do that work and feel that sense of joy and uplifted and connectiveness for you. And then I wanted to introduce, it's a lovely introduction to what I'm going to be talking about over the course of the next few weeks. as I introduce the next monthly Life Lab. Now, the next monthly Life Lab is on Friday, or will be released on Friday, the 30th of June. And for those of you who are new to my coaching world, the Life Labs are a series of life support. They're usually 60 to 90 minutes of a recorded video of me coming in to share my story, and then also sharing the tools and the tips that help me move through some of my darkest of times. And this one is, the title is, I shall announce it now, is My Secrets to Happy Relationships. It is how I have navigated so many uncomfortable, difficult, heartbreaking times, not only in my private relationships, but also in personal relationships and in my professional relationships. So the themes and the secrets that I'm going to be sharing with you are themes that have run through all of these relationships so that I can continue to have really happy, heartfelt, solid relationships everywhere that I go, and how I've healed those relationships where perhaps in my previous life, unenlightened times, I've managed to heal as well. So that is going to be on Friday, the 30th of June, but I'm doing something a little bit different this month because it's a topic that is incredibly close to my heart. It's a topic that was such a huge part of my healing, a huge part of my coaching journey, and is still such a huge part of my life. I'm going to make it available and accessible to everybody for free for 48 hours after it lands. So you can jump in and get that for free if you would like that access for 48 hours from the 30th of June. I'm going to drop a link up in my link tree shortly afterwards. If I haven't done it by the time you've watched this, please just do jump into my DMs and I'll send you the link to register, and it will come directly to you and you'll have 48 hours access to that. Otherwise, the Life Labs are £55, so you can jump into that. I'm also using this opportunity while I am live here today just to remind you of some of the June offers that you can access this month. And we've got a couple more weeks. I announced them. When did I announce them? I was a bit derailed last week. I announced them at the beginning of June, I think. So the June offers, just to run through them again, if you would like them, you can get the first 2 Life Labs that I have launched so far this year. You can jump in and get Wired and Tired, which is for anybody who struggles with sleep, struggles with insomnia, and also a difficulty to switch off, which was all me. This is sharing all of my tools and tips on how you can feel so much more refreshed, calm, and ready to face the world. You can jump in and get that alongside the second Life Lab, which was I Love Me, I Know Me. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was I Know Me and I Love Me. And this was really all of the tools and tips that I shared in that one that enabled me to heal myself from body dysmorphia, to learn how to love my image in the mirror, but also know myself so that I could build and foster so much more confidence so that I can do so much more that I want to achieve in life. So if you want those 2 Life Labs, you're getting 2 for the price of 1. That's £55. Think the link's in my bio. If it is not, please DM me and I will drop you a link and give you access to both of those Life Labs for your lifetime. Then we got the Summer Mastermind. I haven't shared any of the details of that for you, and I'm not going to until next week. But if you want to have the whole of the summer with me for £555, you can. Until next week when I start to share more of the details when I'm feeling into the price of $888. But for the moment it's $555 and it will stay that way until I release all the details next week. Also, if you want to have just 1 month's coaching with me, that's also $555 in June. And then the final $555 offer was the Manifest It bundle. So if there is something in your life, or if you want to learn how to understand or introduce more manifestation techniques into your life, or create more deliberately more with the universe and the universal laws of attraction, then the Manifest It bundle is £555, and within that you get not only my guided visualization that helped me manifest this beautiful life that I'm currently leading in my darkest of days. It was the guided visualization that came through me and into my mind and into my heart that taught me how and led me out of my darkness. You get that. You also get my secret sequence and the art of manifestation. You also get the Manifest It program, which is a four teachings on the specific steps I use to manifest life and continue to manifest this beautiful life in my world. And then also something new is your very own personalized human design manifestation interpretation, We are all energetic beings, and human design is something that I've been learning and integrating into my life in the last 18 months and into the lives of my clients with absolute incredible results, especially when it comes to manifestation. How can you use your energetic DNA to become the most highest vibrating frequency possible to manifest and attract everything that you want into your life? So that's all 555 in the Manifest It bundle until the end of June. The link's in my bio. If it isn't, please DM me and I will drop you that. And then also, if you want to spend a year coaching with me, there's a very special offer on of £5,555. You can spend 12 months with me as your mentor and guide and coach in life, in love, in happiness, in energetics, in what you do, in who you are, and how you love yourself. So that was just a whistle-stop tour and a reminder of all of the June offers that are on the table for you to have a look at. If you want to know any more details, please do jump into my DMs. I'll be happy to share more with you. And that's a wrap for today's happy hour. I hope that you have loved the concept of Maui Mates. I hope that it brings a sense of peace into your life and happiness that it did for me, and has done again actually today, just to revisit that. And I'm going to love you and leave you and go for a walk in this gorgeous sunshine. And I will be back live later this week. I've got so much more to share with you on this topic. As I've said, nurturing relationships has been a huge part of my transformation, of my life transformation, and how happy my life is. And my wish is the same for you. Have a wonderful Monday evening. Bye for now.